at least, but it seemed that The Hunger Games eclipsed pretty much everything else. Any chance of a proper review? Well, Sarah in Bristol, there's a good reason for that.
Yes, Pirates didn't open
out.
Yes, I mean, until Wednesday. So it's one of those things that Wednesday, do you do it Friday? So we had David Tennant on Friday, and there was no point in sort of holding back saying that we liked it, because we did like it. But now it's out everywhere now, and people will have seen it since Wednesday. I really, really liked it. And the thing, as always with Aardman, is because they are, David Tennant talked about in the interview, there is a sort of gold standard with them, which is that when you look at an Aardman animation, you think, blimey, that did take 4 years to do. As I said, when we were down there with the Culture Show doing a piece about one of Aardman's significant birthdays, and I was allowed to look through the curtain briefly at a little bit of the set of Pirates, and I said that thing about, that Aardman animate with thumbprints. I mean, both literal and metaphorical thumbprints. They look like the films have been crafted. You know that when you watch it the first time, you're only going to get 1/10 of all the gags that are going on. And I mean, things like Flushed Away, I'm not, overly interested in. I mean, even Arthur Christmas, I wasn't completely wowed by it. But this, to me, is proper great Aardman. I mean, I love Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I still think,
which is funnier, I think.
Yes, I mean,
Chicken Run, I think, is funnier.
Yeah, I'd say this is funnier than Chicken Run. But I'm not, but look, it's like that Mona Lisa. Is it better than Whistler's Mother? I mean, it's a hard thing. I think personally, Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit is the artistic high point. But I think that Pirates is really, really good. I love the detail. I love the whole thing. I mean, I saw it in 3D. I don't think for 1 minute I was immersed because of the 3D. I think I was immersed because of the depth of the picture. I think because there is. That the Aardman world is an immersive world, and the script's funny, and the gags come thick and fast, and they do the thing which so few movies manage to do, which is genuinely be for kids of all ages. It's not that everyone's laughing at different gags, although occasionally that will be the case. Essentially, people are laughing at the same gags because the gags, like the gags in Mary Poppins or like the gags in classic Disney, are gags that work for the whole family. And, I watched the whole thing with a smile. I love the detail. I want to see it again because I know that I will only have seen, a certain amount of it because it all moves by so fast. At the moment, if you go to the cinema, they've used a bit of Aardman from Pirates as the anti-piracy advert. And that little 2-minute segment at the beginning of the films now is probably one of the best things you're going to see in the cinema. If you go and see Wrath of the Titans, as I just did, I had 2 minutes of Aardman animation telling me not to pirate films, which in a shocking change from anti-piracy adverts doesn't annoy me. I'd happily watch it because it's 2 minutes of Aardman, and then I've got 99 minutes of Perseus and the Lightning Thief, and that was just a little bit dull. So I really, really liked it. And it's not a criticism to say that for me, Wallace and Gromit is still the top of the mountain when it comes to that, because I still think Curse of the Were-Rabbit, because of my affection for Hammer and all the rest of it, I still think that's just got the edge. But, it's really good. Yeah,
it's really good, but I still think Chicken Run is...
Do you?
Is better. Well, I think it's
better
funnier.
Or funnier?
It is... I think the script is funnier. But Pirates is beautiful to look at. Anyway, Roger May says, just cycled home from Cambridge Arts Picture House after the noon showing of Pirates and Scientists. Great fun, full of cine references, like the rooftop chase when the dodo is stolen is lifted lock, stock and barrel from the 1934 murders in the Rue Morgue. Few kids in the audience seem more puzzled than anything else. They're probably at school, I would think. Why was it 3'd? Added absolutely nothing to it.
Yeah, well, I agree with the 3'd thing. I think that it's just because that's although brilliantly, as we know, it's all dying, although not brilliantly, as we know, cinema chains have decided that they'll just charge more for 2'd to make up the difference. So.
Constantine from Trinity College Dublin, who was one of the actors who was working in the loop of background voices on Pirates, says that the 3D... he didn't enjoy that at all. He'd never been to a 3D film before, but he said, yes, it did give depth to the image, but the glasses are dark and made the image dark, thereby reducing the comedic impact and, to my mind, distancing me from the action.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than drawing me in, surely the opposite of the intention. After 3 years of lighting the movie, the DFP must have torn his hair out at the 3D darkening.
I agree, and that's a problem, but as we all know, that's the reason why Hugo is the only... one of the interesting 21st century 3D movies, because it actually uses the 3D. Excuse me while I have gas.
You do have an awful lot of gas.
No, I don't have an awful lot of gas.
You've had wind for the whole show. You have. admitted. Chris in Guildford says, I'm writing to say no to Aardman and Pirates and all the positive reviews.
Really? Oh.
It's not good enough. Of course, technically it's marvellous. Of course, its models are beautiful, the lighting fantastic, and the quirky Old England references are quaint, but that is not enough. Animated films have come a long way in recent years, and Pirates, I'm afraid, is well below the level that the bar is currently set at. What's not expected is poor story, poor jokes, poor characters, and poor pacing.
Did you think that was the case?
I didn't feel as strongly, but I just didn't think it was as funny as it probably should have been.
I have to say, I think that the thing that I find funniest and most charming is what I'm seeing on the screen. I mean, I'm sorry, I could just watch Aardman visuals forever.
Chris in Guildford finishes his emails. I'm a big Aardman fan, he says, but I'm just disappointed. Any episode of Shaun the Sheep provides me with far more laughs than this entire bore of a film.
OK, well, all I can tell you is I smiled and laughed all the way through it, and there were other people in the room with me who will attest that that's the case. I'm not making it up. I really did. I enjoyed it. But as I said, I'm won over by the world. You know, that's, you know, I look
that
at
they've created.
Yes. You know, and I'm immersed in it, despite the fact that I'm having to wear the stupid glasses.
What else is new?
So